Namaste, everyone. This is going to be a intensive Jupiter activation. So for this particular Kundalini yoga, you're going to need crystals, 2 crystals, and you can select whatever ones you desire, but we are going to hold them in our hands, in the palm of our hands. So try not to be using a crystal that's like 10 pounds, right? So a little small one like this, right? Even smaller, could be like the size of a penny. And I chose this particular crystal, right? It's like a soft pink kind of color. And it is kunzite. And I recommend this for you guys who are trying to heal your heart, open up your heart, like down those guards, right? Those barriers, right? To help you heal from any sort of past mistakes, rough relationships, right? To help you kind of mend, recover, and kind of get back your groove. So, kunzite, a comforting and soothing crystal. Kunzite connects your heart and head so that your emotional and mental states are aligned. If you've lost trust in others and put your guard up in relationships, kunzite properties help you to open yourself up to love and regain your sense of trust and hope. So, kunzite for any of you guys. Very grounding. It's a grounding energy. So, we're going to get some Jupiter going. So Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, is one of the most magnetic planets in our solar system. And basically Jupiter represents a marigold energy, right? We see it as this bright marigold. It's associated with the solar plexus, which is vitality. It also has to do with our life force, right? Being healthy in our aura, being healthy in our body, being healthy in our mind, our emotions, has a lot to do with the self-esteem of the solar plexus, right? So when we feel really good about ourselves, right, usually that's the vibrance of the solar plexus. It gives us that glow, right? And Jupiter gives us that glow, right? When you look at people who are very expansive, they have a glow, right? People who are like shriveled up inside and really small and like they don't speak up and they're just like really like this, that's not very magnetic, right? You're not very drawn to those people. So Jupiter's big energy, right? It's a big energy. It's a big personality. And you'll meet those people who just like have this big personality and what they say has a presence, right? Jupiter is also about prosperity, right? When you expand yourself and when you liberate your perceptions, you liberate your perspectives, right? And basically you level up, right? What happens is prosperity begins to flow, right? Prosperity begins to flow, right? Because prosperity in Jupiter is more so about the self-knowledge. The amount of self-knowledge you have internally reflects the amount of knowledge you've obtained in the form of prosperity. And prosperity isn't just money. It's also resources such as people, places. It could be education. It could be wisdom. It could be an attitude that gets you through. It could be a concept, a self-image, right? A persona, personality that's real expansive and it has a bold and sort of big energy to it. But overall, when you have this sort of, when you develop your inner self-knowledge, what happens is that the universe like boomerangs that back in the form of sending you, what you put out, right, you get back kind of thing. And Jupiter is all about that kind of dance, right? Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is kind of the individual who is very bold, right, when it comes to learning and when it comes to exploring and when it comes to adventure. They love to learn. They're what we call a master student, right, a master student. And Jupiter, right, also it really gives us this powerful sense of self, right? We talk about self-determination, dedication, devotion, right? Jupiter is also about the guru and the teacher, right? So in the guru and the teacher, there's a level of determination, a level of dedication, a level of devotion, right? And what are we devoting ourselves to? We're devoting ourselves to, right, the self-knowledge, right? We want to have more self-knowledge so that we can be, right, we can learn, we can experience, and we can serve in a better way, right? So that marigold energy of Jupiter is also about liberation, right? So there are two forms of teachers. There's a Saturn teacher, there's a Jupiter teacher, right? And the Jupiter teacher is very much about it's about liberation, right? It's about liberation, right? It's about liberating these limitations, these restrictions that are basically blocking the flow of higher levels of intelligence and higher levels of creativity and higher levels of prosperity being brought and integrated on this planet. So this is going to be kind of a Jupiter, right, activation, a Jupiter set to help you liberate your inner sort of limitations and restrictions, right, that show up in many forms, right? So people, again, who have a strong sort of Jupiter energy, they tend to be the ones that have kind of, they also can have they have this boldness, right? When you think of Sagittarius, you think of the word bold, right? We think of like following following your calling, or, listening to your intuition, following through on your word, right? First there was your word, and then there was your heartbeat, right? And in the level of heartbeat and your word together, it really determines how secure you are in your ability to manifest, right? So if your word, right, before you came into this incarnation, your word was you want to manifest something, but your heartbeat is not matched with that, right? You got a weak heart, or there's a lot of fear, anxiety, or trauma associated with your heart, right? It's hard to follow through on your word, right? So the word at my 5-year-old self, right? I want to be a painter, right? Or I want to be a clay maker, or, I want to be a tap dancer, right? And as you grow up, your heart begins to collect, right? The sort of heartache of society, right? Individuals in your family and everywhere around that have a arrhythmic heart, where they don't follow through on their word. They don't even know what their word is. They're like manifestation, inner child, intuition. They're like, I can't compute. I don't know what that means. What is that? I don't know. Right? So over time, there begins to become this conflict with your word, where there's all this anxiety about following through on your word. There's this lack of boldness. There's this procrastination. There's this delay. There's this kind of like agitation with it, or a trigger, right? Right? With following through on your word, because over time, the more we become arrhythmic and not as enthusiastic, right? As Sagittarius is like really, really enthusiastic, and we become more confined, restricted within the mind and the perception that gets really, really tight, really, really stubborn, very tight and fixed, like this kind of thing. The more we create more sort of limitations and restrictions that create this dilemma, right? So following through on our heart, there's a dilemma. There's always a dilemma. There's always a, some sort of, excuse, or some sort of sympathy, some sort of dilemma, right? Some sort of blockage of why we can't follow through on our heart. And we all have it. All across the board, you can name, trauma, some sort of instability in your life, it could be even physical. You have, unhealth, your health is in question, right? Could be, you have a lot of emotional imbalance, psychological sort of clutter, right? Whatever it is, there's always this dilemma. And Jupiter's like, Jupiter, that teacher's like, let us liberate this dilemma so that we're not participating in these illusions, right? These anxieties, these worries that are really just not supporting our expansion, right? And instead of all of this, questioning and doubting, let us just obey the word, right? What we want to manifest, whatever that is, the inner child, the intuition, right? And Jupiter gives you that sort of expansion, that sort of magnetic personality that is undeniable, right? Undeniable that you are going to get what you want, right? So there's that sort of that self-esteem, right? It's undeniable you will get what you want, because the most interesting, captivating thing on this planet is a human being that is expansive. There's nothing more rich than that, right? Right? There's nothing more rich than a person who's expansive, and the person who has a self-knowledge and who's a master student, right? Who's multi-talented and multi-gifted, right? Who can follow their word and follow through, who's determined, dedicated, devoted. Right? There's nothing more captivating and interesting than a human being who is such. And that's why the planet Jupiter, is seen as one of the most prolific, lucrative planets, because people who have a strong Jupiter sort of energy about them, they're very lucrative, they're very prolific in the way that the ideas, the higher imagination, the higher creativity, it just comes and it never ends, right? It never ends. Because the reason it doesn't end for a lot of these prolific writers and prolific singers or prolific dancers or prolific scientists or whatever that is, or painters, the reason they're so prolific and lucrative is because they keep expanding. They don't just sit and then just let their solar plexus just kind of sit like they're all about, let me expand, let me move in a new way, let me do a new improv with life. Because the more that I do expand my movement and challenge my movement and learn new things about what it means to move and challenge my perception, challenge my perspective, I'm always youthful. The moment I get fixed, rigid, hard, like molten rock, the more that it's like I'm walking around like with like heavy feet, like heavy shoes. I can't really dance. I can't really move. Right? So Jupiter in your solar plexus is all about keeping you young. So your solar plexus also has to do with the vitality of your organs. And when people's organs get, they're not as vital, it really showcases in the person's eyes. So if you have some like organs, right, especially your liver, that is very there's lack of vitality, you can see in the eyes, meaning there's a lack of youthfulness in the eyes. But somebody who tends to have a very like vital liver, kidneys, vital lungs, they tend to have a lot of youth behind their eyes. They have a lot of youth behind their cheeks and their skin, right, of their face, right? So it's like that glow of the organs really shows the glow, the glow that is your face, right? Like the glow of like your youthfulness, right? You have this youthfulness. So when our organs start to get, like when they start to just get very heavy and they start to become old because we're not creating enough circulation and we're not really, creating enough movement, right, to really keep them in a restored state, as they get haggard, drained, right? Because we hammer on our body a lot, just being alive, especially in our, American dream culture, right? Our sort of Western patriarchal thing is we're very hard on ourselves, and we beat up our kidneys, we beat up our adrenals, we beat up all these sort of organs. We're rough on our organs. So what happens is like you'll see people who are like 27 years old and they have no youth in their eyes. No youth. There's no glow to their skin of, behind the eyes and, behind the surface of their skin, right? So Jupiter is all about, right, you want to be youthful, right? You want to be connected to your inner child. You want to be obedient student so that you can learn, right? And then when you do come across challenges, as Jupiter is all about breaking through challenges and obstacles, you have enough self-knowledge to get you through, right? It's the whole Yogi Bhajan saying, if you don't have a tool, you're a fool. And Sagittarius and Jupiter is all about giving you a lot of tools, because the challenges will always be. And the moment you have no challenges in life is when you're dead, in your mushroom suit in the ground, right? Your mushroom suit, right? And that's just how it is. So the challenges that come our way are going to be very dynamic. They're not going to be the same. They're, as chronology goes, right? We go with it, and we set up for ourselves different challenges to solve and resolve, right? And they're not going to be the same. So we need a lot of tools, because the challenges we're going to be presented are going to demand of us in a different way, right? So this relationship challenge demanded of us to step up in this way, but our financial challenge demands that we step up in this way. But we need a tool, and it might not be the same tool for both, right? So the self-knowledge that we cultivate through the Jupiter is about giving us enough liberation in the way that we know how to work with energy, right? We know how to work with energy so that when we're presented with an energy block, right, in the mind, the psyche, the trigger, the finance, the confusion, the sort of block emotion, the block heart, we know how to move energy, right? So Jupiter is really just teaching on how to move energy, right? We call it the teacher of healing arts, right? We call it the Saturn teacher, like Yogi Bhajan, really the teacher of discipline, right? Because you need both. You need a teacher of the healing arts, and you need a teacher of discipline, right? You need both, right? Or nothing gets done, right? It's like you write a book and then you don't finish it, right? You write a beautiful book on a beautiful imaginative story, but you don't finish it because you don't have enough discipline to actually focus, right? So you're just kind of, you get off track, and then you blank out, and then it just leaves the idea, right? So we're just going to tune in now. So inhale, rub your hands together, inhale, exhale. Inhale to tune in with Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale to chant protection mantra. Inhale. Adgurudeva Name, Jugadgurudeva Name, Sadgurudeva Name, Siddhi Gurudeva Name, Adgurudeva Name, Jugadgurudeva Name, Sadgurudeva Name, Siddhi Gurudeva Name. Inhale. Exhale. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go hara, 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 hara. So hara, hitting the moon mound like this, right? Here at this heart level. And then you're going to hit the Jupiter mound like this. And you're going to have the right thumb over the left. You see that? Or the right, the right thumb is over the left thumb. You see it like that. And I like to put a crystal right here because I like to look beyond my third eye at a crystal because it's actually very healing for the eyes. So I'm going to do that. So here we go. Hara, 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 hara. Now hit it with passion, like bring out your inner Sagittarius where you are as excited to learn. You go to school and you have a big smile because you're excited to learn and to grow and to excel. Hada, 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 hada. Inhale. Hold it like a cup. Look into the palms. Inhale more through the nose. Really press the hands tight together. Hold it here at the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down, close your eyes, chant with me. Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman. So Ong, press belly button to spine. Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman. 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 Inhale. Root lock, chin lock, press the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Exhale. Now bring your crystals in the palm of your hand, like this. Kind of, you're pressing it in the palm of your hand, right? Right, in the hands, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to hold it here, kind of like fists. You're going to open it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Wait, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So inhale, here at the heart, exhale, open it up, right? So it's almost like you're opening up the heart. Inhale. Hold it here at the heart. Feel it. Exhale. Open up slowly, like you're pulling your heart wide open. Inhale. Bring the hands together tight. Exhale. Open the heart tight. Inhale. Root lock, chin lock. Press the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Squeeze up. Exhale. Open that heart. Now place the hands up. Now this is going to help us to clear out that sort of emotional like sabotage that's not helping us. So my elbows are bent, so I come here like this. Inhale, exhale. Now really feel like you're hitting the ground, but you're not. But you're really getting out that inner anger, that inner sadness that's in the heart, and you're allowing yourself to move beyond it. And really feel as your arms come up, you're really opening up the armpits, you're opening up the chest. Inhale. Hold it at the arc line. Fists are tight. Exhale. Slowly bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Cut it through your aura and push out all the limitation. Inhale last time. Now push out all limitation. Tight, tight, tight. Now bring your hands. You can bring both crystals, right? You can clap your hands together like this. Bring this here, the arc line, and chant with me. Jete gong hara 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 hara. 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 So the hara pumping the navel if I'm not pregnant, my first 3 days of my cycle. Jete gong hara 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 hara. 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 Inhale. Exhale. You can keep the crystals in the palm like this, and kind of like the Jupiter finger, the index fingers are together, and I have the left thumb over the right, like this, right? Or if I'm a dude, I have my right thumb over my left, right? So I have my crystals pressed to my palm, and you'll feel like the crystal, like that energy, the properties of the crystal you'll start to feel it interacting with your energy field and giving you sort of like medicine, right? Giving you sort of, a little boost, right? Just like when we eat our, or we take our sort of nutrients, right? Our daily prescribed nutrients for ourselves, right? So what are you going to do? You're not here for long, so just really hammer down on the limitation and break through the block, cut through it, right? Jupiter's about cutting through the nonsense, the illusion, cutting through all of that excuse, that sympathy. Inhale, exhale. Now you need to go strong. This is not wimpy. This is not, I'm just gonna like do how I feel. Like this is really, Inhale, reach up. Squeeze, root lock, chin lock, press the tongue at the palate. Squeeze up, up, up. Exhale. Squeeze up. Hold the exhale. Inhale. Squeeze up. Exhale. Squeeze up even more. The armpits, the chest, the sides, the organs. Inhale. Squeeze up as though you're pulling yourself out of the slums. Exhale. Squeeze up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. You can drop the crystals for a moment, right? What we're going to do now is we're going to move our fingers, close our eyes, and rotating the fingers inward. And just totally kind of go relax and really call in the Jupiter, the planet, and see the planet above your head. See it massive. See it massive above your head. Just close your eyes and long, deep breathing. So both fingers are rotating inward. So in, out, around, inward, out, and around. This will also help you. So Jupiter is very, very energetic, right? Very magnetic. It's about expansion. It's futuristic, right? It tends to be ahead of the trends. Tends to always be aware of the new age that's coming. It's a philosopher, right? So it already knows the future, right? It's a prophesizer. It's an alchemist, right? So when we feel stagnant, when we feel like we're in a rut, rock bottom, where we feel very imprisoned, right? Jupiter comes in and gives us the epiphany, the breakthrough, right? So Saturn, which is ruled by the Capricorn, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and the shadow side of Capricorn is that there's imprisonment, right? So Saturn and Pluto, it's Pluto, Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter, they're both teachers, right, but different forms. And the good thing about Saturn is that when there's great imprisonment, right, like great hardship where you feel really, really imprisoned by your own thoughts, right, you feel very like rut, stagnant, right, because Saturn can get, in the shadow side, things can get very stuck, fixed, unmoved, like a molten rock. And the play, the wonder, the youth of Jupiter comes in and basically says, hey, here's a talent, play the guitar, and if you play it well enough, it will set you free. So what happens is the person that's imprisoned by their own thoughts learns to play the guitar, plays it really well, plays it super well, and over time, the guitar grants them people, an audience. The audience are so mesmerized by the person playing the guitar that the people begin to give. They give like food, they give drink, they give strings when the guitar strings break, and over time, right, the once imprisoned mind now becomes the mind of a performer, and the mind of the performer becomes so excited about learning new music on the guitar that the imprisonment mind collapses under the amazement of learning new guitar songs, right? So that's kind of like the sort of story of Jupiter, right? It comes in, it says, here's a talent, here's a school, here's a skill, here's a tool, here's a trade. If you practice it, if you master it, if you fall in love with it, the people will fall in love with you. And the people will do whatever they need to do to help you be better at you, right? That's the teacher of Jupiter. I'll teach you to play the guitar. I'll teach you how to sing. I'll teach you how to paint. I'll teach you how to be a mad scientist. I'll teach you business, right? I'll teach you how to garden. I'll teach you how to build a house. I'll teach you how to horseback, right? I'll teach you how to climb the mountain. I'll teach you how to surf. I'll teach you. And when you learn, you will become a masterful performer at what you do: rock climbing, skiing, canoeing, building a house. You become so refined at what you're doing that you will become an amazement to this land. And that amazement to this land will free you of your lack of focus, lack of concentration, your boredom, your stagnancy, your dwelling, your lack of energy, lack of potency, lack of courage. It will set you free of all those limitations that happen when you are imprisoned in your own thought. Well, the teacher Saturn, right? The teacher Saturn comes in to the individuals who have no sense of ground, no sense of order, no sense of justice, no sense of fairness, no sense of dignity. And Saturn teacher comes in and says, hey, you right there with your pants down, pissing in the street like you always do every day, you come sit down, learn this teaching, learn this kriya, learn it well. And the person's like a kid, like, no, I just want to piss in the street, I don't care, right? And the teacher says, no, you must learn, or you will remain arrogant, stupid, and ugly until you decide to work on your radiance, right? Find your fairness, find your beauty, find your head and shoulders, your dignity, right? So the person is so, over time, the person gets so tired of pissing in the street and doing whatever and, reckless and careless and just doing these unruly things. So the person comes to the guru, the teacher, and says, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel poor, I have no money, I feel ugly, my relationships suck, teach me. And the guru, right, say a decade later, is like, okay, you are ready now. And the guru teaches that man or woman the radiance of their soul. And over time, the person gains fairness, justice, dignity. They gain a sense of sovereignty and a leadership over their mind, body, and spirit. And over time, that person brings order to their life. And once was a careless human, now becomes a responsible human. That's the story of Saturn, right? The teacher Saturn. Very interesting, very different teachers, but very much teachers regardless. Okay, inhale, exhale. Now interlock this Jupiter fingers here, press it here at the third eye, kind of pull, like a creative resistance, pull. Now repeat with me. Je te gong hara hara hara. 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 Jete gung hara hara hara. Inhale. Now open slowly. Open the energy like you're opening your whole entire arc line. Keep the hands here, palms facing each other. 60-degree angle. Lift up the heart as though you're lifting the heart up. You're almost pressing the heart forward. Hold this 60-degree, tuck in that chin. Exhale. And just feel in your palms like you're almost touching, you're wrapping your hands around Jupiter, and your fingertips, you're just barely able to wrap around your hands around Jupiter. And really lift up the chest, right? Drop the shoulders and lift the chest up. The palms are together. Breathe long and deep. You're opening up your energy, you're opening up your arc line. Really lift the chest. My chest almost feels like it's being cracked open because I'm lifting my chest, I'm pulling my shoulders back, I'm lifting my chest up. So I'm not lifting my shoulders and my chest, my shoulders are rolled back. I have that 60-degree angle in my arms. Palms are facing each other, feel the heat of the palms. And then I'm lifting my heart up, and I'm almost feeling like my heart is being cracked open, almost like an egg, right? The eggshell is almost, it's being cracked. You're not here for long, so hold it and just visualize, focus, see the planet in your palms above your head, as you're wrapping your arms around Jupiter. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring the hands down, and back of the hands are touching. Back of the hands are touching. Back of the hands are touching like this. See, watch. Now I'm going to bring this channel down, right? Go down the center of the forehead, down the third eye, down the nose, down the lips. Breathe long and deep, slow. Down the chin, press the back of the hands together, down the throat, the heart, down, bring it down. Touch the body, bring it down. That energy, you're funneling it, that big energy, funneling it down. And then when it's here, really hold this sort of perineum, roll the shoulders back, open, press the hands to the rib cage, open up the heart. Almost like you're holding your reproductive system, your perineum, actually holding your perineum. Almost like you could touch your perineum, which is the place between your rectum and your opening of the vagina if you're a woman, right? Or underneath the rectum and between the rectum and underneath the testicle for a man. Feel like you're holding that and you're zipping. Feel like you're zipping the energy, you're zipping it, you're holding it in your body. So kind of feel like you're zipping. Inhale. Exhale. Now really press into the reproductive system. Roll the shoulders back. Really feel the arms tight against the rib cage and really opening your heart. Tuck in the chin. Long, deep breathing. And relax. Let the energy settle. Last thing we're going to do is use our crystals. And like I said, we were going to look at our crystal. So kind of feel it, kind of bring it into this kind of center line, right, on your sort of moon line, which is that moon, which is that sort of mound, the sort of larger mound on the outside, opposite of the thumb. And you're going to place it here. You're going to bring your head down. So tuck in the chin, lift the collarbones up, just drop the head down, create space in the back of the neck, and just look at the crystal in your palm. And just study it, be mesmerized by it, and almost like you're taking in the properties, the nutrients. Almost like it's medicine and you're receiving the medicine through your eyes. You're receiving the medicine through your eyes. Breathe long and deep. Receive the medicine through your eyes. So the medicine I'm receiving is the kunzite, which is helping me to heal my mind, body, my mind and heart energy, so that my mind and my heart can be more together rather than disconnected. So it's repairing my mind and heart connection. So really keep the hands here at the heart. Don't drop it here like that. Keep it here at the heart. And really drop the chin. Lift the collarbones up and just like look into the crystals. You're not here for long. We only have a minute. So just really focus. And just feel the energy of the crystal interacting with your eyes. Do you feel the tingles, the heat of the crystal interacting with your eyes? Do you feel it in your palms? Do you feel it in your blood? Do you feel it moving through you energetically, passing through you, these crystals, the medicine, the nutrients it has? Focus deeper. Call in the spirit of the crystal. The crystal has basically is like an access point to a Sachic record of the earth. Crystals are connected to the Akashic record. The Akashic record that grants us history, knowledge, talent, skill, tools, understanding, magic, ritual. It gains us basically the wealth of the land and the wealth of the cosmos, the Akashic record, and the crystals are basically all connected to that. They are like the stone element. They basically hold data, information. So connect with the information of the crystal. Connect with its message, its idea. Connect with it. What is its knowledge? Each crystal holds knowledge of a technology, a tool, a medicine, nutrients. It all kind of contains different pathways of healing and knowledge. So connect with it a little deeper. Allow it to heal in your eyes. Allow your eyes to become mesmerized. Take it through the eyes and put it into your organs. Put it into your organs and allow the medicine to heal your organs. Liver, kidneys, large and small intestines, lung, heart. Inhale, exhale, close the eyes, kind of roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward, rotate the head around, really open up. You can even rotate the head and kind of move the shoulders around, really open up this energy at the throat, the shoulders, the neck. Okay, last thing we're going to do, right? It's kind of like we're making a sort of an oath to ourselves, right? Jupiter is about following your word. So Jupiter comes around you when you have an ambition, a mission, a strive, something that you like to develop, right? Your gift, a talent, and it wants you to remain truthful, right? Called Jupiter is about being faithful to your authentic self, right? Because on this planet we can not be authentic, right? To ourself. We can go on all kinds of trips with ourselves, excuses, sympathy, I'm not good enough, I hate myself, all that kind of stuff, and we really don't end up anywhere but exactly where we were when we started the hating ourselves kind of thing. So Jupiter is like that sort of liberation, that sort of voice of reason that comes down like an epiphany or a bolt of lightning and says, wake up from this, right? Get out of whatever this is and expand, learn, grow, excel. So my word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I am here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. My word is simple. My word is subtle. I'm here to manifest, excel. Now focus on what it is that is prosperity and creativity to you, what you want to manifest, and really move this hand back and forth. And as you do, chant with me, excel, excel, excel. So you're pushing this out into the world, this prosperity, this creativity, this victory that you claim, demand, that you will fulfill, because you're making an oath with Jupiter, and Jupiter has your back. Jupiter is the gurus of all the gurus, the teachers of all the teachers, the masters, all the masters, and they're all surrounding you now, the thousands, millions, trillions of them. Excel, 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 heal, 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 obey, 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 serve, 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 love, 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 love. Inhale. Exhale. Place it into your heart, press it into your heart, claim it. This is your frequency, this is your higher vibrational state of Jupiter. One of the highest vibrations on this planet is the Jupiter. Inhale, exhale. Rub your hands together. We're going to tune out with one long Sat Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Bow to yourself. And Sat Nam. So we use crystals. You can use crystals, right? Next time if you want to do this again. It's kind of an interesting tool to kind of connect with a more grounded energy, right? And to kind of connect you with your more elemental self, because as humans right now we're not as elemental, right, as we need to be, and that's why our bellies, our gut is torn up by our food industry, right, our McDonald's bellies. We're not connected with the elemental world as we need to be in order to basically be healthy. So connecting with crystals is a way to connect with that inner elemental inside of you as a human being, so that you can start to connect more with what it means to be an elemental, right? To be connected to the physical, right? The garden, right? The Garden of Eden, that kind of thing, right? So that when you're more connected to your physical body, you're more connected to your elemental self, you feel more grounded, right? You tend to eat more good food, right? And you tend to have more of a sort of a purified state, right? Where you have more of a cleanse going on, natural cleanse, like daily cleanse, rather than a bulky build-up inflammation kind of body that it just carrying all these like pollutants and toxins, and the body doesn't even know how to like clear it out, because the human driving the body is basically driving the body into more toxins, right? So it's like the body's like, I can't keep up with all this stuff that the human is doing, you know, the mind is doing to me, right? So this will connect you more with an elemental, so that you can start to get in touch with your more holistic natural flow, rather than, you know, your arrhythmic. You want to get away from arrhythmia, and you want to get more into that sort of holistic, balanced and natural sort of energy. So there you feel more pure, clean, clear, and therefore more intuitive, more creative, more ambitious, more bold, you know, balanced, stable, and just overall feeling good about yourself. So thank you. Namaste.